Ready for the next comic? Rebecca Rashid.
I guess the cool thing to do is take it off the stand, which is not the plan. Hi, y'all. I'm Becca. Nice to meet you. I'm from Washington, D.C. Anyone here a D.C.er? Oh, no. Hard pass. So apparently the catcalling in D.C. is just as bad as it is in New York. You know, you see that little group of creeps in the corner and that one pops his head out and is like, "What's a girl like you doing out here on this cold night, alone?" And I'm like, we are on the same page. Why the fuck am I alone? In South Asian culture, you know, if you're unmarried and over 25, you might as well lay flat, call the funeral home, and just give up. Because your whole life, it was about getting good grades, you know, getting into college, finding a stable career, no boyfriends. All of a sudden, they bait and switch you, and they're like, "Bitch, why are you alone? Do you want to die at a desk, on your laptop? No man, no home? Stop reading and start hoeing. What are you doing?" Everyone just feels so bad for you. So in your head, you're like, am I gonna die alone if I continue all this girl boss shit? Maybe, who knows? But what sucks about being a first-gen American kid is people are always asking you where you're actually from. We all know it. So I'm at a bar a few weeks ago. A group of men tries to speak to me in Spanish, asking me a question about the menu or something, and I respond, you know, "No habla español," which means I don't speak Spanish. They burst out laughing. We know an El Salvadorian woman when we see one, okay? I responded, "Sorry, it's normal to be confused, you know, but my parents are from Bangladesh." Laughter escalated. "Are you that ashamed of us that you're gonna make some shit up? You're from Bangala, what the fuck?" So I learned a thing or two from my overconfident El Salvadorian buddies, and I wrote out some tips on dealing with what I call brown on brown confusion. So tip number 1, don't tell the confused party that your parents are from a country called Bangladesh. You sound like Anne Hathaway as the Princess of Genovia. Tip number 2, don't speak in Spanish to say you don't speak Spanish. It makes you look very confused. So my family is originally from Bangladesh, and we're Muslim, technically. I call my parents immigrant-ish because apart from side-eyeing me at IHOP when I order bacon and mumbling prayers about preserving my womanhood and all that shit, they're totally American. But you know, when I hear stories about some of the stuff my grandma had to put up with as a woman back in Bangladesh, it's hard to imagine all that she went through, you know, just a few generations ago. She told me when she was 15 years old, 15, there was this 30-year-old creep who would sit outside her house watching her for hours. Her dad stopped letting her sit on the balcony because he was just sitting there, staring up at her. This creep would call the house and be like, "I'm in love with her, please, let me marry her." The stalking got so bad that the family just gave my grandma away to him. That guy was my grandfather. That was their love story. So grandma married her stalker, and arranged marriage was dark, y'all. It wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. It's not all Indian matchmaking and all that. So naturally, now my grandma's trying to get me an arranged marriage, but should I really be trusting her to choose the man I bone for the rest of my life? No. No. But you know, even after being an El Salvadorian, you know, brown transformer and all that, and trying to please my family, it feels impossible to just be an American adult without everyone commenting on your brownness, like literally. My friends, whenever we're getting ready for a wedding or something, are like, I'm so jealous that you don't need to wear self-tanner because you're like naturally tan. How is tanning hot but being brown not? But don't worry too much about me. I've never had some, wife beater wearing bro with that don't tread on me flag flying at the back of his pickup truck, yell at me across an Outback steakhouse, go back to your country. So I'm one of the lucky ones. But sometimes I do wonder, should I go back to my country? No. I don't know. Thanks, guys. You've been great.
Rebecca Rashid.